Welcome back to this week's special edition of AGV54 Podcast. A Moiridik Shabbos HaGadol to all. Please send me email, michaelbrook97@gmail.com, and let's get right into it. The Torah tells us this week, since it's a Uber year, a leap year, that the Parshas, Tazria and Metzorah are separated. Tazria was last week, Metzorah is this week, along with Shabbos HaGadol. There will be no Parshios through the holiday of Pesach until Acher Emos in, I believe it is 3 weeks, or at least 2 weeks. Anyway, we again learn and study the ideas of Tuma and Taira, purity and impurity. It manifests itself in the form of I believe that people commonly call it, or at least in the regular American disease, I think it's like the VN5, the VR1, whichever is that medical book that calls all diseases, leprosy. And it's very clear from Rambam that this malicious disease on the person's body has actually nothing to do with leprosy. In fact, the proof to this is that you will never find leprosy growing on someone's clothes. And you definitely will never find leprosy growing on someone's house. That in the form of streaks of white going down your house, and the fact that there are so many different types of tzara'as that only come based on an action that somebody did, that clearly is not just leprosy. But I like to ponder and think and really think together with everyone on the podcast, because I'm still not sure that I'm at the root of the idea. But Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs describes and discusses and contemplates the idea as to why the idea of public shaming comes out specifically on Torah, specifically about Lashon Hara. Why is it that this horrible, even Rahmana Litzlan, a modern tragedy where somebody does something that's disgraceful, their entire reputation is shammed. They are thrown out of society. If somebody did something that was an Avera in the past, even in the workplace, it's possible that, his boss would fire him and maybe that would be it. But with the advancements in technology and social media, there's this thing or idea called public shaming. Public shaming means that the entire world can now talk badly, disgrace you, and say anything that they want about you, although they may not even know you, and they may not even have meant to shame you publicly. They could just type on their phone 3 words and say something like, "Wow, what a lowlife." I don't know if that's 3 words, but all of a sudden you hit send, and the entire world can jump on that thread and publicly shame. The halachas of Lashon Hara are such that a person actually has to say, "Tameh, tameh, I am tameh." He has to grow his hair out. He has to leave the camp. It becomes this public showing of, I have done an Avera. We don't find this concept by many, many things. Specifically by Lashon Hara, the Torah feels the need to publicly shame someone. I think that this is the next level of art to what we have rebroadcasted from last year. Check out last year's of art on Parshas Metzorah, about how important the idea of having speeches. Onkelos tells us that the Tzelem Elokim is the Ruach Memalala, this higher being that humans have to walk on 2 feet does not make us different. There are animals that walk on 2 feet. The idea that a human can think, can decide, can speak is called a medaber, is what makes a person human, which makes us special. The ability to make decisions and to talk. I think that public shaming is necessary here, perhaps because if you're going to go ahead and undermine the entire basis of society, Sachs explained it in a way that our words are how we can connect. Our words are how humans unite. It's everything that we stand for. And if you're going to go ahead and undermine it, speak badly about somebody else, whether it's in front of them or behind them, you've created distrust, you've created backstabbing, and you've undermined everything that humans stand for. This is another reason where we see the chumra di isura, the strength of the punishment, as to why the Torah is so machmir, so stringent about lashon hara. Again, to build on last year's var, that the mouth is so holy, it's so integral to what us humans stand for. Therefore, such a malicious punishment is necessary. Please let me know if you have a different insight as to why the Torah finds the need to public shame. But I believe this is karov la'emes, close to the truth. And I wish you all a moiridika and godless Shabbos.